Hello everyone, I'm Rec.V5.
And I am Sandman99.
And welcome back to Parasite Eve.
Yeah, been a while since we played Parasite Eve, too.
Yeah, we're back after Christmas, and I didn't get a whole bunch of junk grinding done over Christmas. I only got a little tiny bit of junk grinding done.
Well, you're up to 218 pieces of junk, so you only need 82 more.
That's right, 82 more.
To make the ultimate weapon.
Yeah, Desert Eagle.
Yeah, and when you point at it and pull a trigger, a mini nuke comes out the end of the barrel.
That's right, a giant fucking laser beam. It's the satellite laser from Dino Crisis 2 that comes out of it.
It's not going to be like the pipe gun Merv.
Oh, well, it might be like the pipe gun Merv. I mean, what do you think is deadlier, the satellite laser from Dino Crisis 2 or the pipe gun Merv from Spiffing Brit's Fallout 4 exploit?
I don't know. It's hard to say. Probably the Merv, because you can fire that one repeatedly, right?
Yeah, that's true.
And it would be a whole lot harder to aim that giant laser from space, too. Right?
Yeah, but if it's on your hip... Oop, I think I just went up, like, one single floor. My bad.
Oh.
Going to the 20th floor.
Only, 80 more floors to go or something?
There are 77 floors in total in the Chrysler building.
Ah, okay.
But the last 7 floors, I believe, are not true floors.
Mm-hmm.
So, the final encounter is on floor 77, I think. And floor 77 is also a different layout than this. The last 7 floors have a different layout than this because they serve a different purpose. They're like the maintenance and infrastructure parts of the building.
Yeah.
We get a new theme, though. This is, I think, the hospital theme.
Ah.
It's also the beginning of the game Opera House theme, I guess, you know. In the aftermath.
Mm. Well, I guess they reuse bits and pieces of the music, right?
That's right. I think actually probably the majority of the storage space in this game, though, is used by, you know what, I'm going to take a Kier movement. But I think the majority of the storage space in this game is actually used by the cutscenes.
Oh.
And I think that was probably true of a lot of games of this time period, right? Because those full motion video cutscenes, those are large.
Yeah.
Like, video files are large. Even our video files are large, even for something like the new Gold Box game playthrough that we recently started. Right? Several hundred megabytes of video for a game that takes less than 2 megs on disk.
Yeah, well, that's why we have to compress them before we upload them too, right?
Yep.
Because otherwise they'd be 10 times the size that they are.
Yeah, well, we tend to... The strategy I use for preventing recordings from degrading is I record them at a extremely high bit rate, like 20,000... I want to say it's like 20,000 megabits per second? No, that's not correct. Probably 20,000 kilobits per second. But, you know, and then I compress that down using variable bitrate compression to... basically a constant quality. I use a constant quality target in the particular compression program that we use, which is, it's a program called Shotcut for editing videos, but it actually uses another piece of software called FFmpeg as a backend, right? And yeah, that's basically how we compress our videos, and I'm just trying to get them to be from like 20 gigs raw to like several hundred megs, or maybe in the case of like some games that are much harder to compress, like Fallout 4 or Skyrim, you know, that they have a lot more colors in them than say Parasite Eve does. And that is a factor in compression, but I'm just trying to compress them down as much as possible so that we can upload them in a relatively short amount of time, and so that people can buffer and stream them back relatively well.
Yeah.
And, you know, like, technically speaking, they say, well, you shouldn't use variable bitrate compression if you're going to expect people to stream it. You should use a fixed bitrate window and then just use that all throughout the video, because then the video can stream in chunks. Whereas with a variable bitrate, you might have some things like that black screen is probably incredibly tiny in the file size, but then this screen is probably significantly larger, right? But I prefer the variable bitrate because I figure, you know what, you're probably going to get a mixture of small frames and big frames in there, and that's probably going to buffer just fine anyways on a modern internet connection, or anything approaching a modern internet connection. I mean, I don't have the most modern internet connection in the world, even though I'm a computer guy. I actually have rather slow internet. Ooh, we got the B jacket too. And that has darkness protection.
Oh.
That's really nice. An M1 T card. And an offense +2. We're going to use the offense +2 right away, though. But yeah, so that's my logic for video compression. And also, too, if you guys are the types of people who like to download and archive our videos for offline playback, you know, I don't really care if you guys want to do that, by all means. You know, I figure that the compression probably makes your lives a little easier. And it certainly makes our lives easier to store backup copies of all these things, too. Especially because we, too, upload them across multiple platforms as well. Although we have had to adjust our compression settings for Odyssey recently, right?
Yeah,
Because,
starting about 6 months ago.
Yeah, they implemented a bitrate limit, and with variable bitrate compression without a hard cap on the maximum bitrate that you could get, we were exceeding the bitrate limit in certain frames, particularly on short videos.
Yeah.
So we had to adjust and impose a artificial bitrate limit in order to deal with that, unfortunately.
Well, I also stopped making such short videos.
Yeah, well, you know.
Because the series that I started off making the shorter videos with, well, I appear to have lapsed into standard long form with that one anyways now.
Well, you just, you know, you want to get more stuff done, right?
Yep.
And so you want to continue playing. I guess that's really the thing. Wow, look at this. We've found every treasure room so far. Right off the bat. I wonder if the upstairs to the next floor will be right around the next corner, too. Excuse you. Range +1, we'll use that right away. We can always use more range, because we don't have the range of the longest range rifle yet. Defense +2, we'll use that right away. We'll use it on our B jacket for now.
Yeah, if you extend that range long enough, you'll be able to, you know, like...
cover the entire screen, that's the goal.
Yeah. It'll be a great big huge bubble that covers everything.
That's the dream.
Actually, you almost have that now, right?
Yeah, well, we basically have the range of a long-range rifle, like the M16A1 that they give you at the start of the game. We have about a weapon that has as much range as that. Because our weapon range is 127, and typical rifle range is between, like, I want to say 120 and 140. Some weapons go up to 150 or more, but it's pretty rare. But that also means that we've invested 60 points into range or so that we could have invested into power. So you got to keep that in mind, but we also have a higher attack rate than a typical rifle has. I'm going to go right, because I've been going right this whole time.
So later on, after long and fruitless search, you go back left and it's like one screen over and you find
everything that I need.
Everything that you need.
Might be how it goes, you know.
Yeah.
But the reason why I go pistols again is because the faster fire rate, it doesn't even necessarily mean that you do more damage, because you have to wait for your AT bar to charge anyways. But it means that you're not standing still for as long, which means you get hit by less stuff. And that's why I prefer it, right? Also, different weapons take different amounts of time to aim. So like, for example, a rifle takes longer to aim, but then it shoots at a relatively decent pace once it's finally aiming. Shotguns take very short time to aim, but then they have to get pumped, so they take longer to actually cycle. Handguns have a fast aim and a fast cycle rate, and machine guns are even faster than that, but machine gun base stats kind of suck, and they don't have a lot of upgrade slots, typically. Which is why I didn't go for a machine gun. Although, to be honest with you, the random rate of fire thing, especially with the shotgun spread on our weapon, might not actually be a detriment. And you see lots of speedrunners and such, they use the random rate of fire, which removes your ability to target specific enemies or specific body parts of large enemies, to basically make multiple attacks on enemies very, very quickly, right? Basically, their AT gauge charges and then they just go. You know what, I'm gonna go up here.
This might be one of those ones where the central corridor is in a square, right?
It might be, yeah. That's kind of how it's looking. It's looking like it might loop back to a square. I'll go this way instead. This looks like a dead end. You can kind of tell if it's a dead end by the camera angle, because it gives you that slightly more zoomed in camera angle. So I guess I will continue to follow this way. Of course, this could just be a big roundabout dead end too. You want to get on screen here? I think that one is stuck. Okay, no, he's not stuck, he's just taking a long time.
He was waiting until you were done shooting.
Yo, sometimes I think they can get stuck off screen, but, you know, that particular...
He wasn't taking cover behind one of those little tables or something, eh?
No, he was just way off screen, and, you know, we can occupy a corner like this.
You know how in the movies, in the saloon gunfight, they flip over the table? And then these guys are shooting these like 44 revolvers, and of course the tabletop is stopping all the bullets.
Of course.
Yeah.
I wonder if this goes up to the stairs. Actually, yeah, this is an upstairs thing. I think. Nope, this is a dead end.
Maybe it's a like quarter-inch sheet of mild steel that they have laminated the wood on either side of on the tabletop or something that makes it able to do that, right?
It's like, listen, they just didn't make things as well as they did in the old days, okay?
I don't know. I think they still made trees pretty much the same as they do now.
It was that good old American craftsmanship.
Yeah. I always found that funny, you know, in the movies where the guy in the hotel suite and all the bad guys break in and start shooting, so he dives behind the couch, right?
I mean, that might kind of work with the upholstery, depending on what they're firing at him.
I don't know, what kind of upholstery is it? Is it like Kevlar?
Well, what are they shooting?
Well, usually like, you know, heavy handguns or sometimes machine guns of some sort.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, maybe it's something like, you know, if you lay real flat behind something, you know, they can't see you, so it's harder for them to aim at you. And if you're lucky enough, it goes over your head or something. I don't know.
Oh, so they're not smart enough to actually just aim a little lower?
Oh, maybe it's kind of hard to aim a little lower. And I mean, think about it too. You have to go through how much material in order to actually, like how much material is the diagonal cross section of a coach?
Actually, I think most of it is like air. Because you get a wooden frame and they put some springs in it, and then they put some upholstery over top of that and a little bit of padding, right? That's how most of them are constructed, right? It's not like a solid, you know, thick cushion, like continuous material, right?
Well, I guess,
there's a certain amount of air void inside most of those things, I think, unless they're, you know, like military grade or something, I guess.
Well, I mean, any amount of material or anything that the bullet has to go through would slow it down, and then there's like any number of other things that it could collide with on the inside of the coach.
Yeah, there's an interesting survey. Anybody out there watching, will a couch effectively stop bullets?
Well, no, it won't stop them, but like, you know, if you're like taking cover and laying down flat behind a coach, and then somebody starts shooting the coach, well, I imagine there's enough things inside, metal springs, upholstery, wood chunks that could deflect bullets around or make them ricochet, or, you know, maybe if it's a low enough caliber gun, the upholstery can stop it, right? Because, you know. Or maybe we should all start laying ceramics into our upholstery.
No, just Kevlar upholstery.
Yeah.
Because you never know when you might have to dive for cover behind your couch.
Yeah, but then the kung fu bad guy can jump over and run his katana straight through your couch, because Kevlar is not stab resistant at all. So you really want to have the ceramics.
I think the best defense is to live the kind of life where people aren't going to try to shoot or stab you.
In your own home through a coach, yeah.
Or anywhere else for that matter.
Yeah, so we found the exit to this place, but we totally didn't find the, so our luck on storage rooms has run out. And run out rather quickly, so now we're going the opposite direction.
Yeah, well, these floor plans are actually surprisingly small, right? You know, like there's enough twists and turns that they seem bigger than they really are.
I don't know what the grid size is, but yeah, they're all laid out on a grid.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think this is a 16 by 16 grid. I think it's more like a 10 by 10 or something like that.
Or 8 by 8.
Or 8 by 8, yeah.
Programmers love their powers up too, you know.
I don't really remember, like I know I used to have the, you know, like the guidebook for this game. Mm-hmm. And in the guidebook they had a layout of every, because they only use a limited number of floor plans for the Chrysler building too, right? Mm-hmm. Like there's about 6 or 8 different floor plans, and they repeat. I'm not sure if they shuffle them randomly maybe or something like that too, but what I found was if I had the book open to the section where the Chrysler building floor plans were,
you could eventually figure it out.
And they were small enough and simple enough that they could put like a 4-panel page, you know, like four multiple floor plans per page kind of thing.
Yeah.
And so you could kind of figure out after navigating a floor for a couple of minutes which floor plan you were looking at, right?
Yeah.
And they were relatively small.
Whereas I'm just here navigating it all blind.
Yeah. But they seem bigger too when you're looking at it from this perspective, right? You know? I might even have a few of those guidebooks around somewhere, still in a drawer somewhere, but it would be buried under like a half a ton of other stuff, right?
Yeah, yeah. I know I still have it. Like that guidebook that you're talking about, I also own a copy of it. I still have it. I just don't know where it is. I'd have to dig it out. Yeah, we did this whole playthrough without consulting the guidebook.
Yeah.
Maybe I wouldn't have missed out on that fucking trading card.
No, you knew it was there. You just screwed up. You're just going all the way back to that again? Wow. That was early in the first playthrough. Wow.
Yep, it sure was, and I fucked it up
How
then.
many episodes ago was that? 12?
And I never got over it. Ever.
Yeah, I can just see it now, 20 years from now. you'll be still complaining about how you missed that trading card in Parasite Eve.
We'll have an honorary Parasite Eve playthrough, or like a challenge run where I'm like only allowed to use the club, and I'll bring up the trading card again. Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, well I guess I'll go back to my usual navigation of turning left all the time. Well, at least the snakes are more aggressive. I don't need the medicine twos, though.
Yeah, the enemies are becoming more numerous now, too, I see.
Yep, and eventually they'll also start to really buff up in stats to the point where with this current gun, it's going to take 2 shots to kill them. And then eventually even 3. Which is why we want to get that Desert Eagle.
Ah. The pipe Merv.
Yep.
Oh, look, there's a snake behind you, too.
That's okay, we can aim behind us.
Oh, there's another one, too, a latecomer.
At least they dropped a medicine 3, that was nice.
Yeah.
Are we 3 floors in or 4 floors in? I can't remember.
I don't remember either. I wasn't really keeping track, though.
Yeah, I just kind of wander aimlessly through the Chrysler building, you know.
Yeah, you'll know when you've reached 10 when you reach a boss.
I was totally going to get hit there if I tried to stand there and shoot, and
yeah, well, movement is important in this game, right?
It is, yeah.
You know, like you can't just stand still and shoot the enemies. You have to move around. And
they have all kinds of status effects now. Like those snakes can poison you.
Yeah, but even right from level 1 though, right? Like with the first playthrough, you still have to use your movement capabilities to avoid enemies and that kind of thing. If you just try to stand there statically and shoot,
you'll just get creamed.
Yeah.
They do enough damage that you'll just get creamed.
But that's one of the reasons that I liked the control scheme in this game, as opposed to its sequel.
Yeah.
Is that, you know, like moving around was far more intuitive. I didn't have to think about, you know, facing the direction I wanted to go first and then going forward.
Oh, uh-oh. This is going to hurt. And there's no way we can avoid this attack.
Okay, didn't hurt too much.
That's on the lower end of the damage scale. Those things can do up to 600 points of damage.
Wow.
That's why you don't come in here without a revive. But you need to get these items because you need to, you know, find good stuff to replace your current junk. I think this will be a dead end. And also, too, all those trading cards we keep picking up, when I eventually do use them for Wayne, and do give them to Wayne, I think you can also unlock, like, unlimited tools, or unlimited super tools.
Wow.
So, yeah, it's a big deal. And then you can really soup yourself up.
I'm sure that there are a lot of things that I did not discover playing this game, because I played through it a couple of times, and, played through the Chrysler Tower, I think, once. But I guess if I had a knock against this game, it would be, I guess, lack of replayability.
Yeah.
You know, like once you've seen it once, you've seen it.
Yeah.
And there isn't really any variance or any different paths that you can choose or.
Yeah, it's basically the kind of thing you leave for like a couple of years. So like I don't remember, maybe it was like 10 years or so since I did my last playthrough before I did this playthrough. And then you come back to it and you do it again, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because the thing that actually keeps me going for a lot of these old games is basically the combat system. I'm very much a combat-driven guy. Story, not so much. I don't really care about story. In fact, actually, I find too much talking tends to drag a game down and drag it on. And it's just like, oh man, shut up. I listen to people all day at work. I don't need to listen to people when I come home. Wow, look at that. They dropped 60 bullets in that encounter.
Wow.
What the hell do I need 60 bullets for? Well, I guess if I was using like one of those high fire rate machine guns, right?
I suppose. Because then you'd be using more bullets.
Yeah. But I tend to build things basically the one-shot hand cannon way.
Yeah.
So the only reason we even get multiple attacks per round is because this weapon has command on it. Have I encountered the storage room on this floor yet?
I don't know.
Come on, Sandman, that's your job.
Yeah, I know, but I'm feeling a little sleepy, you know.
It's just I get talking and then I get distracted, right?
What can I say? I had to change my sleeping schedule around here earlier this week because I had to take our puppy to the vet. And the appointment was early in the morning.
Getting his last shots?
Getting his first round of rabies and his last round of distemper or something. Yeah. All the shots that you're supposed to give your pet, you know, like when they're a puppy or whatever.
Yep. Well, I'm getting lots of tools anyways.
But yeah, he's doing well. He's he seems to be very bright and he's very friendly and very playful.
Good.
Little bugger though. When you know, like sometimes I'll have to. I don't usually wear slippers because I don't usually have a problem with cold feet or anything like that. But I have this old beat up pair of suede slippers with the rubber soles kind of thing, you know?
Yeah, yep.
And they're years old, so, you know, like I don't worry about them too much. But that's what I had to start doing, is putting those on, because every now and then when I'm walking around the house just in my bare feet or socks, the little bugger starts biting my feet, right? So I put the slippers on because I figured, well, you know what? At least he won't be able to like draw blood through these.
Yep.
So what he does is he grabs a hold of one of the like loose, because these ones they're slip on and they have the kind of like that loose flap on the top.
Yeah.
You know? And he grabs onto that and locks his teeth onto it and won't let go. So now I'm walking across the room, dragging one leg behind me like I'm a cripple because I'm dragging this stupid dog across the room, right?
Fuck.
And he thinks that's a lot of fun. He's growling and doing the head shaking thing like what dogs do, you know?
Yeah.
And this will happen. I'll get up and I'll go to the kitchen to make a sandwich or something. And the whole while I'm standing at the counter, he's doing this, right, worrying away at this thing. And then finally I'll go back and I'll sit down and he'll have a hold of the slipper and he's actually, like pulling my leg around.
Jeez.
Yeah, he's surprisingly strong for such a small puppy. I think when we had him on the scale earlier this week at the vets, he was like 4.5 pounds, right?
Wow.
So he's a featherweight. He weighs next to nothing, but...
Yep. Actually took a hit from one of those little spiders.
Yeah.
Although, actually, it might have been that I walked into the spider in order to line up that shot.
Well, some of these, when you have that many enemies spawn at once, that can make these spaces a little bit tight too, right?
Yep.
But yeah, the puppy's a lot of fun.
Good.
Like I get kind of stiff and sore from sitting on the floor, but I'll sit down on the floor and play with him for half an hour or so every now and again. Before I have to get up again. And then he'll grab onto my slipper and I'll drag him around the house. He's pretty smart though. We have a bell hanging from the doorknob on the front door.
Yep.
So now when he wants to go outside, he knows he has to go over and ring the bell, right?
Huh. Well, it's useful to give him a way to communicate, though. Right?
Yeah, it didn't take him long to figure it out, either. It also didn't take him long to figure out that when he went outside and did his business, we'd reward him by giving him a doggy treat. So now, what he does sometimes is he'll go and ring the bell, so he goes outside, even if he doesn't really have to go. And then he wants a treat when he comes back in,
right? Of course, yeah.
So he's already figured out how to
work the system.
Work the system, yeah. But he's fun, and my wife loves him a lot.
Yeah, he seems nice.
Yep, and then we're going to be able to start taking him for walks pretty soon, now that he's had all his shots and stuff like that.
Nice. I'm sure he'll like that, too.
Yeah.
Oh, look, our quick draw didn't activate.
Oh. It doesn't always, or what?
Nope. It's a percentage chance-based thing, and I don't know exactly what the percentage chance is, but yeah, you can end up in situations where you don't quick draw, which means you have to wait for your whole gauge to fill before you can fire, which is how it normally works. Quick draw probably honestly means we take a lot less hits in these encounters.
Uh-huh.
Because we just kill everything before it ever has a chance to hit us. But, yeah. If we didn't have quick draw, we would have to take a hit every single time, probably. Or get close to getting hit, or maneuver around a whole ton.
Uh-oh, there's something in here, too.
Yep, this can happen sometimes, too. This time it's a dinosaur. We're just gonna shoot him in the face with quick draw. See, quick draw is great, right?
Yeah.
He didn't get a chance to do anything. It doesn't help you against the mimic, though, because the mimic attack is instantaneous. And it takes longer for you to aim your gun. Look at it, bullet cap +4. So we can now load 52 rounds into this handgun. Right, Aya just has like the belt feeding system, right? Coming up through the bottom of the pistol grip.
Maybe it's a drum.
Actually, they do make drum magazines for things like Glocks and stuff. Imagine that, a Desert Eagle with drum mag. Because we're going to transfer all of these special effects that we have on this gun over to the Desert Eagle when I finally make it.
Uh-huh.
In fact, I wouldn't even mind getting Command 3, because then we could take 3 separate actions. And then also having the shotgun shells is nice.
Yeah.
But I can't imagine what that drum looks like. And then somehow all these shotgun shells are loaded with, like, acid bullets and all kinds of other nasty stuff. Eventually we're gonna get cyanide as well if we haven't put it on there already. I think I have tranq bullets on there right now.
Oh.
But I think cyanide bullets have a chance to instant kill an enemy. It's very low chance, but, you know, if you weren't already instant killing an enemy, you might as well instant kill them with cyanide bullets.
Well, you know, it's like I said before, with these kinds of games, you have to suspend your sense of disbelief, right? I mean, we play games all the time, like Fallout 4, for example, where you can literally get shot to pieces within an inch of your life, and you just give yourself a shot from a stim pack, and it just makes everything all better, right? Including broken arms and, you know, stuff like that, right? Like, it just instantly cures everything. Even though in real life, if a person got shot to pieces like that, they'd probably spend several months in the hospital, right?
They'd probably be in pieces, probably lose pieces of themselves.
Yeah, assuming that they lived, but yeah.
Oh, no snakes that time.
Nope.
I've been getting so many snakes with that particular encounter that I was expecting snakes again. We just didn't get snakes that time. Have I been to the storeroom on this floor?
I don't know.
No, I haven't. Okay. I'm gonna start getting you to remember these.
Hey, I'm just along for the ride. I'm not paying any attention here.
There's another super tool. Critical evade, we need to use that right away. Not because critical evade is particularly important for our health, although I guess it can't hurt, but because, well...
It takes up an inventory
Yeah, it takes
space.
up an inventory slot. Look at this, this one has quick draw as well. So the Mark 23 has quick draw. And it actually does decent base damage, actually. I don't know how many upgrade slots a Mark 23 has, but, you know, like, this gun is base damage 53, and that Mark 23 is base damage 82, so you can see we're starting to fall behind in terms of base weapon power. Even though our gun overall does, like, 315 or 320 points of damage base. Or something ridiculous like that from all the upgrading we've done.
Yeah, so with the gun you just found...
It would do 30 points more damage.
Yeah.
And then with the Desert Eagle, we'd do 60 points more damage. So it's not like the Desert Eagle is like a super hugely overpowered thing or anything. It's just it has a lot of upgrade slots, so I think you can put every weapon effect on it in the game. Kind of like this pistol has a lot of upgrade slots and can hold every weapon effect in the game. And it does about double the damage that this pistol does, so we'd be doing like 380 instead of 320. Although in the grand scheme of things on this particular floor in the Chrysler building, I don't know how much of a difference 380 makes. But 380 does bring us closer to 400 points of damage. And if we're fighting a boss with 400 points of damage, that's probably a lot better than fighting them with 300 points of damage.
More damage is good.
More damage, more better.
No, did you avoid it? Nope. That did hardly any damage at all.
Yeah, well, we're very heavily armored, and we're also, like, level 35 now. Because in all of the junk grinding, I've actually managed to gain, I think, 2 levels overall. But some of that was attempting to junk grind in the museum. And the museum is really good for leveling Aya up. If you want to do museum encounters over and over, it's not very good for getting junk. You want to get junk, you want to go to Central Park, and you want to walk between the same 6 screens in Central Park over and over and over again.
Yeah, I never did that.
It's a very repetitive process. You got to witness some of it today.
Yeah.
Because that's when I did my off-screen junk grinding, just before we started this episode. Because Sandman had something that he had to take care of before we started here.
Yeah, I came in and you spent about 10 minutes going between screens with nothing on them. No encounters at all. Because you already killed them all off.
Yeah, and then I got like 3 or 4 encounters back to back.
Yeah.
Basically, the game has an internal timer where if you linger too long in an area, it stops giving you encounters. And then, or at least this is how I think it works. So it has an internal timer to try to encourage you to move on from the area, but if you don't move on from the area and you just wait out that timer, then eventually you'll just start getting encounters again.
Well, those things don't seem like they're very dangerous.
They cause stiffness with the web.
Oh.
Which
yeah,
makes...
The web seems to cover a fairly small area and is pretty short range, so...
They can aim at probably the entire width of this hallway, if they chose to. It was trying to target me, and I just moved away from it.
Oh.
Once it starts the wind-up on its attack, it's only going to put the web where it was aiming. It's not going to follow you across the room.
Oh, you're starting to get more encounters now, too. Noticeably more since we started today, right?
Yeah, I couldn't tell you why either. I'm just gonna loop around back here.
I don't know, maybe there's a difficulty spike somewhere between floor 20 and floor 30.
I know that things start to get significantly more difficult after floor 30.
Yeah, well, maybe it starts to elevate the game a little bit about now, right?
Maybe. Although nothing right here, right now, is currently still a threat to us. Probably if we came in here at like a middling level or a medium level, these enemies would be somewhat of a threat. But because we're level 35 and we're like, you know, higher level than what you'd even finish the game at now. Oh, there's a new one. And I crit it for 500 points of damage, so it didn't stick around long.
Nope.
So that thing has somewhere between 0 and 499 hit points. I couldn't tell you how many hit points it has, though. Just in that range. Another tool.
Your inventory is full.
Yeah, you remember that medicine 3 I picked up earlier?
Yep.
From that enemy? I'm just going to use it right now. An M870-2. So another shotgun.
Shotgun.
With a boatload of upgrade slots.
Yeah, and a pretty good base attack.
Yeah, 64 as opposed to the 53 of my current pistol. Although that one pistol that we picked up still has a much higher base attack than that.
The only problem is now you're full. You can't pick up anymore.
Yeah, well now we'll be in a position where we start throwing things away or cannibalizing items that we've found.
Oh.
In order to continue making inventory space.
Yeah, you go to pick up another item and Aya says, I can't carry anymore.
God. But yeah,
where would I put this?
Yeah, gotta pawn some of this stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I guess I just didn't get that guy. But yeah, The thing is, too, is I don't like, I guess theoretically they'd assume that you do, like, some Chrysler floors, and then you backtrack back down, and you go back to Wayne, and you do some Chrysler floors, and you backtrack back down.
But that's kind of a drag, right? It's better to be able to do 10 floors at a time.
That's right.
Because then at least you can just take the elevator to the next floor you haven't explored yet, instead of having to walk all the way. Because imagine you get rehashes of all of these encounters as you make your way through these floors too, right?
You would, yes.
Yeah. So that sounds like a rather time-consuming, grindy kind of a thing too.
Yep. And you don't get a lot of experience for these encounters considering the level that we're at. Again, I think they probably intended you to come into the Chrysler building at a moderate or middling level at first, and then hit the level that we're at now once you hit the top of the Chrysler building. But since you have to play through much of the first half of the game anyways in order to get to the Chrysler Tower, I figure you might as well play through most of it and get all of what you can out of the first game before coming here, because this is the post game, right? You want to be more than well enough prepared.
Yeah.
And while it might be easy now, it does scale up. The end will not be easy. I actually can't remember how hard it is, but I know it will not be easy.
Wasn't the end battle in the Chrysler building harder than the end battle in the normal game?
Yes, significantly.
I seem to remember that, but I don't remember what exactly it was now.
I remember it, but I am not going to give it away for our viewers. Although they probably all already know if they're watching Parasite Eve. I mean, you know.
Yeah, well.
But you never know. There might be that one random viewer out there who's, you know, experiencing Parasite Eve for the first time through our eyes and ears, and,
Well, you never know. I mean, I don't know whether you can still buy copies of this game, like in, you know, secondhand off of,
yeah, you can still buy secondhand copies of a lot of these games. Some of them are more expensive than others. I don't know what Parasite Eve retails for. Some of these things are like collector's items, and then some of these things, which were less popular, are just like, you know, you pay like $5, you get a cartridge. You pay $5, you get a disc, whatever.
Yeah.
It just depends on the game.
Well, I still have a pretty large collection of PS1 games.
Yep.
And I have a working PS3 that is backward compatible.
And a PS2.
And a PS2, which is also backward compatible, so I guess I have a couple of machines that I can play those on still. So that actually, you know, like maybe bodes well for any retro gaming that we might want to do for considerable length of time here yet.
Yep.
Because,
and you know what? There's a lot of really good old games that I'm a very big fan of that I wouldn't mind doing for the channel. There's so many here, I could list them all, and then I'd have like a massive backlog of things that we'd have to do, and I'd never finish it all. A Type 64. Is that with Quick Draw? Does that have Quick Draw as well? No, what is that effect? No, that's critical hit boost, I think. I think that's what that is. So we don't want to cannibalize that gun, because we don't have critical hit boost yet.
But you can't carry any more shit.
No, I can't carry any more shit, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to start cannibalizing other things. Like this M79-5, its only purpose is to give my gun more range. And I mean, I could probably cannibalize this Mark 23, even though it has the quick draw. But maybe I'll cannibalize the M870-2 first. And that actually clears up 4 inventory slots.
Wow. Now you can carry more shit.
Yep, now I can carry more shit. And a defense +2. That doesn't take up anything because we're just going to use it right away. But yeah, I pretty much bought into the Desert Eagle at this point, but there's actually So there's the one pistol we picked up, the Mark 23. That would probably be a good replacement for our current pistol. Or also too, I think, did we pick up the AM77 last episode? We might have.
I don't remember. Last episode was in November, so
yeah. So I think we picked up the AM77 last episode, and that one is, even though it only does like a 77 base damage or something like that, I think it has all the upgrade slots. And so that one would also be a decent alternative to our current gun. If you didn't want to do all the grinding. Or you could just use this gun. I mean, I bet you I could probably complete the Chrysler Tower with this gun.
Probably, because you definitely are not having any trouble at all yet.
Well, and also by the time I cannibalize every single firearm in the game, I can probably get another 100 points of damage out of this thing. So, when we're playing for the Desert Eagle, we're really just showing it off to people to say, like, hey, if you collect 300 pieces of junk...
if you collect 300 pieces of junk, you can get this.
Yeah, basically. Speaking of which, how am I doing on... Yeah, I'm fully loaded. Fully loaded.
Yeah, because we could do... I've got the first 4 Tomb Raider games.
Oh, yeah.
All on PS1 discs.
Yeah, we could do those.
Yeah.
That might be interesting. I haven't played those games in 15 years or more.
Yeah. Because those were the good ones, too, before they started making a whole bunch of wholesale changes, right?
Yeah, and fucking things up.
Although I do have one for the PS4 up there. I can see it from here that is a remake.
Yeah.
Of I don't remember which ones now. But just with updated graphics and all that kind of stuff, right?
Yeah.
Shadow of the Tomb Raider or something like that, I think it's called.
I can't remember.
I don't know. All I know is I played through it. I don't think it is actually a remake per se. It's more like a
new game, the latest game in the series kind of thing.
Well, it's not even the latest game in the series. It's more of a reboot, maybe.
Ah.
Although the character design still looks pretty much, fairly close to the original.
They love to put this snake behind me for some reason.
Yeah, because they're sneaky, right? See, they also have that one that comes charging in late that you didn't see.
Well, we can pick up a Medicine 3 again.
Yep.
So that we can, use it on ourselves and completely discard it later.
But yeah, those Tomb Raider games were definitely they were difficult to master games where you had to really be able to operate the movement controls well.
Well, the thing is, is they were very good games, right?
Oh,
and,
yeah.
I mean, it's not the types of games that made, like, wholesale sweeping changes between each game, too. Like, they made minor innovations between each game, but...
Yeah.
It's kind of like this discussion we were having when we were recording Diablo 2 earlier, right? Like, you can release the same core game mechanics over and over if you just release a different adventure over and over.
Yeah.
Right? Give people something to play through. Give them variety.
Yeah, well, that's what they did with the first 4 Tomb Raider games.
Essentially.
Basically, they left the mechanics more or less the same and just added a couple of things like... I think one of the things they added was like a monkey bar swing kind of a thing.
Monkey
like
bar swing, rope swing, and sprint.
Yeah, a rope swing and sprint, yeah. Like they added a few... And they added a few new weapons too, right?
But the big thing about those games was always exploring the areas and everything else anyways.
Well, a lot of it was the movement puzzles too, right?
Yeah.
Moving through an area and with precision to avoid traps and that kind of stuff.
Yep.
Because I got killed by environmental hazards way more often than I ever got killed by enemies. Right?
Yeah. Yeah, those games were very, very fun, very enjoyable.
Yeah. Well, and they were also, like one of those things where it was a learning curve too. Like you go into an area where you haven't been before, and you don't necessarily know the best way to approach it. And if you do the wrong thing, then the spike trap comes down and crushes you or something like that, right?
Yep. Although I guess too, at least after the first game, you could save at any point. I think in Tomb Raider 3, you required save crystals.
No, that was in Tomb Raider 1.
Well, Tomb Raider 1, you had the fixed location saves crystals that you had to use. Tomb Raider 3, you had a limited number of save crystals.
See,
I just got hit for 200 there.
Yep.
But Tomb Raider 2, you had unlimited saves, and I think Tomb Raider 4 had unlimited saves?
Yeah, it did.
I can't remember, but I think it did. Yeah, whatever, I'll just use the big healing, who gives a shit. But yeah, see, those mimics, they have quite a range on the amount of damage that they can do.
Yeah. Well, that one was a little stronger than the last one.
I'm not sure if they're leveled based on floor, or if they're all the same strength. I really don't know. Oh. But, okay, well, that one's a CM jacket, and I guess I could use it if I didn't already have that particular auto heal effect. Thing is, too, is it would cost a lot of super tools in order to retool all of our equipment over to something else, which is why I kind of delay on doing that until I absolutely need to.
Yeah.
Which is also why I'm hoarding the shit out of all these super tools. Like, I swear, we must have 8 now. We'll probably need all 8, too. We might even have more than 8. I don't know.
Can you store those with Wayne eventually, or what?
Yeah, we've been storing them with Wayne, although our Wayne there he's starting to run out of space.
Wayne has a finite amount of space?
Wayne has a finite amount of space.
But he can't just open up another room in the police precinct?
Apparently not. Oh, we've hit a boss.
Well, this is the 10th floor then.
Yeah, This is the 10th floor, apparently. Oh, I feel like we got here faster than in previous episodes.
I don't know, it's taken you just about an hour.
Okay, this one's a kind of nasty one.
Oh, it's the centipede one from the subway.
Yeah, and they can inflict darkness, and we don't have any curatives for darkness on us. Oh, they're gonna split. Okay, I can only target that one. Now I can target this one. Okay, that was nice. Each one of these has a different status effect, I think, that it inflicts, so... Ooh. We just got hit by something. Hopefully we resisted whatever status effect that is. There's your darkness. That will make this fight harder. Yeah, that's going to be a pain.
Oh, well. Shoot the one really close to you.
Yeah, well... what I'm going to do is I'm going to heal here. And I can't actually hit him from here, so whatever. I'm going to move right away anyways. Yeah, we got to stay away from that tail.
Oh, wow.
And that'll re-inflict the darkness. This is why we carry our spare armor set here, though, because we don't have any ability to heal darkness.
Oh.
And eventually our Parasite energy regeneration rate is going to slow down. But I'm going to try to do this, tank a hit, and then shoot this guy at point-blank range. Okay, well that didn't work. Let's see if we can haste up again, and maybe I can use haste to, yeah, I can't remember if I can cancel an action. If I have 2 actions, can I just use 1? Yes, I can. By pressing the... well, that's a square button on a PS1 controller. We just need to stay away from these guys long enough to not get afflicted by darkness. Again. Okay. Now I can kill the one that inflicts darkness. And he's tougher, so... and then this one doesn't inflict a status effect, so I don't gotta worry about him so much.
Well, you came out on top.
I did. And I even had enough room to pick up the Chrysler key.
Yeah.
Unlike last time.
Ah.
So yeah, it's we're getting to a point now where enemy status effects are going to become a lot larger of an issue in some of these fights. Particularly darkness is a bad one. None of the other status effects are really that important. I mean, we have poison. Poison drains a percentage of your health for every couple of game ticks that passes. So I don't need to go up that way. I need to find the elevator now. But poison drains a percentage of your health, so you can deal you can lose like hundreds of hit points to poison, right? Very, very quickly. But we also have a parasite energy effect that removes poison, right? So we can cure ourselves of poison when it happens. It's not so bad. We can't cure stiffness. We can't cure... oh wait, why did I go back in here?
I don't know.
I thought this was the elevator. I bet you the elevator's on the other side. But we can't cure darkness. I mean, I think if I used the full recover parasite energy, I could, but then I'd have no parasite energy left, and we'd just get afflicted by darkness again. And we can't cure stiffness, but we can resist it. But I don't have anything to resist darkness right now, which is why the armor set that we picked up that resists darkness is so important. And we'll definitely want to be transferring that to our final armor when we finally get it. Scroll all the way down to the first floor. Actually, I think you can go 10 floors at a time using left and right. I can't remember. I just held down there. Let me check that here. I go here, and I go... Oops. I just went to the first floor. Even though we're already there. Okay. Operate the menu properly. No, I guess it is only one floor at a time. I thought it would be there was a 10 floor at a time option, but I guess I'm wrong.
I guess that could take a while if you were on, like, the 70th floor.
Yeah, well, you just hold down the button until you get to the 70th floor, right? Alright. NYPD department. Yeah, this one took less time, I think, than the previous 10 floors. Probably because I got lost less often.
Yeah, well, it looks like you're on a pace to do about 10 floors in an hour.
Pretty much, yeah. That's about all you can manage anyways, but we've got a whole shitload of stuff that we got to dump off at Wayne, and... Oh, yeah, that's right, Wayne doesn't... So I'm going to show you guys. Wayne can run out of room. Wayne is out of room. There is no more room in Wayne. So his weapon storage is separate from... So I'm just going to store this because this is, like, very valuable. But his weapon storage is separate from his, like, non-weapon storage. And if we sort that just to make sure, and we go to store equipment, I'm pretty sure if I scroll all the way down, there are no more slots for me to store weapons. So I have no choice. I have to start cannibalizing weapons now. All right? Or cannibalizing armors. And then if I take a look at the store item thing, if I sort the items first, just to make sure that there are no empty slots in between, and then I scroll all the way down, he only has room for 2 more items.
Wow.
And I think both of those are going to be these trading cards. And then I'd like to give him this Chrysler key, but I can't even give him that Chrysler key. So I have inventory management now, like big time, that I have to do off screen.
Oh, so what are you going to do?
Well, I'm probably going to use, let's see here. How many tools do we have?
Take all the medicines out of there and use them?
The lesser ones, probably.
Yeah.
And then for the weapon storage problem, so we have 28 tools and 5 super tools. I'm probably going to use some of these 28 tools to cannibalize various guns that we have in storage, so that then I can start putting other guns into storage. And yeah, we did pick up the AM44. But I'm just going to start cannibalizing many of these things, and actually some of these are completely worthless to us, like this P229, which doesn't have any upgrade stats on it. But I didn't know that when I picked it up. But yeah, I guess I'll start just cannibalizing weapons.
All right. Well, it looks like you've got some work to do off screen then.
Yep.
Because you can't even finish emptying out your inventory till you do this.
No, I can't finish emptying out my inventory until I do this, so I'm just going to Go upstairs, use the phone, save, and call it a day. I'll do that later. So, until next time.
I'm Sandman99.
And I'm RecB5. Have a good one.